I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
I said, and I don't like these comparisons with Kevin, but I'll make it anyway, which is that Rocco sees people and he will bring them in. He'll bring them into the Dabbleverse. He's not like a competitor. He's not competitive. He's not, I don't think, the gatekeeper type.
I disagree.
With
I personally
new
disagree.
and different streamers, but you know, he doesn't look.
Yeah, I'll tell you where I disagree on the gatekeeping thing is when he would call in all the time or get on KB and say, "Stop paying these people. Don't pay Stevie Lou. Don't pay Karmic. Don't pay yada yada." He started saying that a bunch, and to me, that's him trying to like act like, "Oh, I deserve pay, but these other people don't." And the second you start trying to think that you're better than anyone in this fucking game is when
But
you're
he never took any. He didn't take any money from KB, right? As far as I know.
Because he comes
Rocco,
on how many times a year does he go on that show?
But
and
he does.
Usually,
But
you know, jumps in for a few minutes.
But I
and
think
also he has a show. Yeah, sure. He refuses the money from KB and he tries to use that for content. If he really wanted to be a true mensch about
Stevie,
it, he would have refused the money and not said anything about refusing the money. Instead, he refuses the money and then runs and gabs about refusing the money as a way to try to act like he's altruistic. You get that?
Right. Well, I'm going to say part of the reason they say that I take on battles of other people, but I think part of the reason why he didn't want KB paying people was because then those people were going to expect everybody to start paying them. And the money is just not there.
JT and OJ and yada yada, right? Which honestly, I don't think that's a ridiculous statement to make. That he
they
should
wouldn't
actually
take
pay those guys a few bucks.
They wouldn't take the money.
It's kind of peculiar too when you think about the actual history of Rocco. Him and that guy Kevin Dumbfuck, who they started off with, had an issue about payment between producer and host. If you really know your Dabbleverse history, that is because Rocco needed Kevin Dumbfuck to produce the show at first. Rocco didn't have it all self-contained. He needed Kevin Dumbfuck, and then they had a big falling out. Kevin Dumbfuck kept getting drunk, and then he also had he called Rocco anti-Semitic. It was a very drawn out, fun thing to watch. I don't know if anyone out there is in it as long as I've been in it, but they'll remember that. So not only did Rocco have a falling out with Kevin Dumbfuck in the very beginning before it was a big show about paying or not paying a producer, he also begged for money and put together a donation thing to get him out to the first DabbleCon or whatever it was,
right?
You know, and that's something that he literally begged and asked for help to get to where he is, but then he goes around and turns around and tries to shut the door on everyone and act like he's better than that, and I think that's fucking completely ridiculous.
That's not my experience with him, though. Like my experience was, I sucked, but he still came on the show. He was still helpful to me. He was still helping me out.
He went on fucking Jake Hudson's show back in the day. He was going on everybody's show.
Yeah, I think he's generous with his time.
But I'm talking about when he was pulling, his usual 1,000 on stream. He came on.
He's generous with time. He'll go on any show, and I disagree with Stevie too. I don't think he's like it's just him trying to be altruistic. I truly believe he believes Kevin shouldn't pay anybody to be on the show. I don't think that's kind of a bid or for him to be, act like he's better than anybody. I just think Rocco believes.
But also, Kevin is very special. Where Kevin makes a significant amount more money than any of these guys doing this, and it's also live on screen. The money making. It's not behind the scenes. Everybody and their mother sees Kevin making money here, and Kevin knows that. So Kevin does the paying thing just so he doesn't look like a fucking scumbag because he's been in the comedy business for so long.
Yeah,
and
but Stevie, come
on. Club owners who make all this money and then fuck this little guy. So if he cannot be a comedy club owner mentality sort of person,
but Stevie, you can't say that karma. You can't say that Kevin hasn't fucked people over and paying them. You can't, like Ray. He was paying Ray, then Ray would come on his show and he wouldn't pay him. Or his thing of like, oh, you're going on another show for free. You can't come on here.
What are you talking about? This is America, baby. You can put terms in front of people. And if they don't want to agree to those terms, then they don't have to fucking abide by.
Right, but he wasn't. I know with Ray, I know with Ray, and I know with several other people. he had paid them. The expectation was to be paid. They would come on, and then he wouldn't pay them, and then he would use the payment as a
Don't simplify
cudgel
it like that,
against them.
Shmuel. You're simplifying it to a way too simple of a fucking.
How am I simplifying it?
Ray
How
was
is
a
that?
very specific. Ray would make himself intentionally unavailable by going to the gym at 4 o'clock on a regular basis, and Ray would then go to
But
fucking
he had no guarantee
Vegas
that
to
Kevin
go
was
to
going to
fucking
get.
deal with Patrick
But he,
Melton, who was a fucking scumbag at the time, talking shit about Kevin's wife, bringing up family shit, trying to just fuck with Kevin in a
he's
weird way, talking
as
about
I
money and
remembered,
all this stuff nonstop.
it went both ways. Roy Cohn Esquire, there's
But
rules,
yeah, you
Buckman. This
simplified it
ain't
to a
nah,
point where he
McGowan.
was like, "Oh, Kevin just made these just bizarre, random demands." No, Ray's fucking stupid. Ray's a stupid person and
That's
couldn't
not
figure
my.
out
But that's
how to
not the.
fucking jive
But
with
that's not the
Kevin
point. The
Brennan's
point
fucking
is, no.
programming.
But Kevin would say you need to make yourself available at 4 o'clock every day. But
Yeah,
Ray had no guarantee that Kevin was going to have him on or not
yeah.
have him
Ray
on.
is an
And then
open
if
mic
Ray didn't do
nobody.
that, it
Ray
would
has
fuck up his
nothing.
night shows.
Ray has nothing else besides this. If Ray didn't have MLC, nobody here would know shit about him. He'd be dead in the street like these homeless people in New York City, like the
This is
18
another
other New York City homeless.
Ashley Cummings yoga. He explains terms up front, at least not with me, then just straight up didn't pay me when he did establish a rate.
Another fucking wackadoo. Ashley fucking Cummings, bro. You're gonna use Ray DeVito and Ashley Cummings as your argument? Case
Well, those are the people
dismissed.
that you can fuck with
Dunk, dunk,
money.
dunk.
Like
Case dismissed,
he
counselor.
can't fuck bullshit. He can't fuck. They wouldn't be able to fuck with a guy like me or a guy like you with money. But with these people, it's like they come on, they expect to get, because they got paid, they expect to get paid, and it's after the fact that Kevin will go, oh, well, there was no written contract, right? I mean, I get it. He's allowed to do it, but then they're allowed to talk shit about him, right?
Absolutely. No one's ever stopped him. That's part of
Yeah.
the fun.
And
That's
apropos
actually, you
nothing.
just described the fun part of all of this very
Yeah,
well.
and then Ray, but Ray comes back for more abuse and
But if
more
you look at all
abuse.
the people that have had these, like, I got scumbagged by Kevin Brennan, you're talking about Ashley Cummings, you're talking about Ray DeVito, you're talking about, what's her name? Ray's ex super, Hope, right? Hope Gutierrez,
Roy Cohen at Dollar
tried to
99.
hustle more money out of him after the fact herself. You know what I mean? So there is some duplicitous on both sides of this coin if we really want to get into it. And I think it's all is fair in love, war, and podcasting. You know?
Right.
Dirty, dirty Jersey. Dirty Jersey rat, dirty Jersey rat. Dirty, dirty Jersey.
You broke my heart, Dirty Jersey. You broke my heart. Mainly by including Granny. That's my main issue.
You know
I
what?
don't-
You weren't. I know that your ass was not going to bring this up.